Hello and welcome back. My name is Bonnie, aka April. I help people find their awareness and transform their life around them. I would like to speak to you tonight. I'm super excited about this, about the difference between the subconscious and the conscious mind. A lot of us don't understand the difference between how they work, you know. But tonight we're going to get this all straight so that you can start renewing and reprogramming your subconscious mind and try some of the techniques that I'm fixing to discuss with you. And please, if any of you with us right now has tried some of these or have done any of these things, please comment below and share your experience and maybe your technique that works for you that might not work for others. We're all unique, but yet still the same. We just have to find the language of our body, of our subconscious, and our conscious mind. So, understanding the subconscious mind after your childhood. And to be quite honest with you, we definitely can reprogram and renew our mind, heart, soul. And I'm going to use an example for so that you understand the process of this. And I apologize. In my other videos, I might repeat myself like 2 or 3 times. I've noticed my newer videos. I did that, and during this journey, it's just a little small thing that you can understand this process. But for many and many years, I repeated myself over and over and over again. And there's a process in this, is when you're explaining something to like children or or your family or anybody for that matter, you're explaining something to them. You want them to to know the knowledge. So, and where I stand now, anyway, it's explaining repetitiously to children, that you must do to teach them something or whatever. But the main reasons for this, hypothetical reasons, of course, the main reasons for all this. Oh, there you are. Oh yeah. Welcome. This is Ava, one of my baby girl. Anyway, she loves this chat. I'll sit there and chats and stuff like that, and chat with people, and she likes to replay and act like she's talking too. Sometimes, if you look real close, she'll do. It's kind of funny. But anyway, back to this topic. Maybe when you were a child, you felt like you were unheard, ignored in some way, or uh, like, for instance, even loud people. Loud people will do that. They weren't heard when they were little, and and that's some of the when the conscious mind was in effect, that people will repeat themselves over and over again, especially if a person doesn't respond to what they're saying, they'll just keep repeating themselves, because they're looking for that attention and they don't get it. And like I've said in previous videos, that everything that's living and breathing needs attention and care and love and but anyway, then even in teenagers, something might be bothering them or troubling them, and at times, when they tried to speak and talk to someone, um, they felt like they were unheard, and maybe in like the hypothetical, maybe when your emotions are so set, and especially about 8 or 9, the mind already knows and identifies with what will make you emotional and what hurts you. So, someone might yell at you or upset you and you start crying and that person or whatever is like, oh my God, here you go. You're crying again, or whatever. And that experience of not being heard or that person has repeatedly or many people, it could be many people, have repeatedly denied your own feelings. And of course that leads into a lockdown. And they said the brain will take a picture and it protects you, and it says, well, no one really wants to hear you, so we're just going to stop. That's another process that it can be kind of sensitive. I work with people like that just don't talk. They don't express their feelings. They just lock down. And children do this, and they can go from, like I said, from 7 to 8. The conscious mind kicks in, and it's already learned what it needs to learn to adapt to the atmosphere or the surroundings for survival and to fit in, of course, and that repeatedly. Or it's as simple as your child, between a parent or grandparent or guardian, whoever it is, and they're rushing to and fro, and life's, trying, and believe me, no matter where we come from, we try our hardest, and maybe we've worked, it's been so hard, stressful day, and your children are talking to you and not even meaning it, not even realizing it. Sometimes you tune them out, or you're not tuning them out. You hear everything you're saying, but you're trying to multitask. But if you don't shake your head or you verbally let them know that this can appear this way too. But as teenagers, and it takes it all the way up to teenagers, and the older you get, the harder it is to reprogram your subconsciousness and break habits. This also can show up in adults when they're teachers or parents that spend a lot of time with young children, and or any kind of teachings, repeating yourself over and over again. It occurs that way. It's just this is how it goes. And like I said, I do apologize if I repeat myself. I'm working on that. And this experience too, talking to you all, and I actually put a picture up here every now, and I'll look at it so that it's like I'm talking to somebody. I'm trying to reprogram my brain, because I naturally just don't talk to the air. I talk to something. So that's that identification, like I'm trying to tell you, how the process is, how it takes in, it learns a habit. And with that being said, it takes, again, I've said this in many videos before, it takes 21 to 70 or 27 days to make or break a habit. So with doing this, so when you repeat things over and over again, maybe it's a spelling word, or you're practicing for football or an event or an exam. If you repeat and repeat and you repeat and you repeat, that's what you can use your subconscious mind by repeating while you're conscious. Now with that in mind, your subconscious can hold a lot of information. Your conscious, and if I'm mistaken, please correct me. If I'm mistaken, your conscious mind, it can only just hold so much. So the subconscious mind holds things all the time. And there's plenty ways you can do it. And but the most essential, the most that a lot of people can use, anybody can use it, and it's so easy. That wasn't going to happen very long, but it's just so easy, is right before bed. Right before bedtime, that is when your subconscious mind kicks in. That's why we don't remember dreams, or if we sleepwalk, we don't remember walking to the depending on our sleep state, we don't remember walking to the bathroom, coming back. And that's the subconscious mind. But the subconscious mind remembers it all. And for example, say you're worried and maybe you're studying for an exam, or you went for a job interview and it didn't really turn out the way you really wanted it to, and or anything for that matter, and you lay down in bed and you're going to sleep and you got it running through your head, all these negative things that you want and you need, and blah, blah, blah. Well, right before you start to drift off to sleep, and you remember this as you drift off to sleep, especially if a noise happens and it stalls you, and you have to start all over again. As you start to drift off to sleep, you think about what it is that you want. Maybe that job interview that didn't turn out so well. You think about and imagine and you picture it just how you would have wanted it to be. Instead of constantly thinking about what is wrong, all the constant worries and commotion going in your head. You keep going to sleep before that in your subconscious state as you go into sleep. You wake up and you continue repetitiously, pattern after pattern after pattern, over and over again. You get in a relationship, you may be worrying about, oh no, self-talk. You're like, oh no, something tragic is going to happen again, or we're not going to make it, or this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You bring it into existence when you go to sleep like that. There was something that my grandmother had told me once, and it really stuck with me, and I didn't up until now really know how to use it. I've tried to use it when I was younger, and it just didn't work. I got no cooperation from my couple, or the one I was with, or the person I was in a relationship with, and she told me, she goes, the key to a healthy relationship, a caring, loving, healthy relationship, is never go to bed mad. Never go to bed mad. Never go to bed arguing with your spouse. If you have to, she told me, if you have to, you are to stay up and resolve it before you go to sleep. But don't ever go to sleep mad at anybody, for that matter. And what's so very interesting about that, it's only been about a year now in my studies in biology and psychology, I've realized, in emergent ministry into my career, I realized it was so important for when I was little. I remember it was so important to my grandparents and my parents that we prayed before we went to bed. And that concept that it was like mandatory to do so, it put a light on. And my grandma taught me these things, and that only science has figured out in the past 5 years. And I don't even think that she realized, much less anybody else realized, just how she was onto something. She's just very smart. She just knew this stuff. And when you tap into the subconscious mind, you must be relaxed. And you can do it meditating. You can do it watching TV, focusing just on a happy TV show. Say you're sad, watch something happy, turn on the music. You focus, and you can sit there and you can watch TV. meditating isn't always for everybody, and but meditating is the same as when you go to start drifting off to sleep. So when you're meditating, you pretty much have to sit straight up. And I've known some people, and I've done it myself. You get into that state right before you go to fall asleep, and you kind of sort of, if you don't know how to do it, and it takes practice, you'll fall asleep while you're sitting up. And I've only done it like a few times. Anyway, I woke up, but it's the same. It's the same beta state as it is, like I said, that everybody can do when they go to lay down. And when you go to lay down, and you think about what it is that you want, what you want to bring into existence. They don't explain this simple, and I'm trying to make it really, really, really simple for you. You know, even a child can understand, is that when you're asking for something to go your way or something that you might need, you think about it, you imagine it, and you have to find that feeling, you know, what it would make you feel like if you had it. And you have that gratitude, happiness, that, and then just as you keep thinking about that, you keep put this into practice, and you do it within 3 days. You have to. Let me back up here just a little bit, but you have to. As you're thinking about this and you're going through the emotions and how it would be nice, you have to ask yourself, how do I get there? What do I need to do? How and what is crucial, because if you keep asking yourself just as you start to drift off to sleep, I'm looking at a picture right here, just as you drift off to sleep, when you ask it a question, it has to answer you. I've had it just out of nowhere. I get my answer of what I need to do and how do I need to do to get there. It just come out of nowhere as I start to drift off to sleep on my 3rd day. I've also had it happen, and please comment below, let me know your experience, and you try this, or if you have tried this. And but I've also had it to where it was, you know, my health problems or whatever. I was having really bad anxiety and really bad. I was really weak, and I couldn't find energy. And of course, I was in treatment. So I started doing this, and I did it for like over a week. And really, after the 3rd day, I started getting that energy and everything, and I was doing it and everything. So within a week, um, of asking for just the words, and if you leave out the I, then that part of your brain, when you say I am, you're saying I. There's that part of that brain that says, no, you're not. No, you're not. So if you just say the word, because word is power, if you just say the word, like just 2 at a time, you do. You have to pick something, stick to it for 3 days, sometimes a week, before you start really getting actually what you want. But I spent a week doing it. And my repetitious thinking as I drifted off to sleep or meditated was energy and strength. I just kept saying that, energy and strength. And I could picture what I even looked like when and I'm hypertensive, so I always have energy. I'm always doing something. And if I don't, then it's kind of aggravating. But it was in a week I got the answer of how to do it. Now, for the ones that have the concept and have the courage to, or can, meditate, I'd like to do it as easy as possible so that everyone can understand this. I mean, making it easy to understand, that's the whole gist of everything, and that's the reason I make these, and I pray and hope that this helps people understand. But like I had said just earlier, when you're meditating and when those thoughts come in your head, because at first you can stop every thought. As those thoughts start coming into your head, address them. It's fine. Tell yourself, self-coach yourself, tell yourself that it's okay. Okay, that's okay too. And then as you're saying, okay, that's okay too, you let it go. And as you keep repeating that, as things come to your head and you let them go, eventually, as you're focusing on your breathing, music, you may have music or the breathing, and the more you breathe through your nose and out your mouth, slowly, the more you breathe in and out, your mind you'll notice that the thoughts coming into your mind will start slowing down. And as they come in, you recollect them and then you let them go. And once you get into that state where you realize that you're there and you do feel that feeling that you feel just before you drift off to sleep, then that is your subconscious. You have hit that subconscious in your mind. That's when you start thinking about how it feels to have what you desire, what you need, and what you want for your body to heal, to whatever you want, you think about it. And you stay steady on that. Anyway, I really, really hope that this was very helpful so you understand the subconscious and the conscious and how, they don't tell us this. How dare they? Really try to make it easy for us to understand. And I can't stress it enough. When you lay down and go to sleep, try your best, do anything you can to just let go of everything that happened that day or everything that's been happening all week long, and do it slowly, and it will transform your life. Give your body a break, and you will start feeling better, and you will start getting the energy back, and you start seeing things happen. This can happen in 24 hours, 3 days, a week. It just depends on who you are. And as you're going through this, and like I said, please comment below, share your experiences. We all can use a little bit of helping hand. What may work for another may not work for this person. So please do. And I got a video coming up right after this. It'll be right there, or there, or there, or wherever. But please surprise that, because there is another addition I would like to tell you. Also, how you can read your emotions and the pains in your body that are connected, and how we can give it the emotional mind and give our body a break so it doesn't manifest and make us sick. There's all kinds of sort of ways, and I'm super excited. Even the youngest child can do this. Anyway, that's all for now, and it was a joy and a pleasure that you joined me in this process. And have a blessed day, and of course, good morning or sweet dreams. Until later, bye.